Welcome back to the High Yield Dividend Portfolio versus Rental Property Challenge. This is Season 1, Episode 7, as we just finished the 7th month of the year. We started this challenge by putting $35,000 into two separate accounts. One was a dividend based, where we were trying to see how much money we could get every month for dividends, and the other was a rental property that we got from the bank that needed a bunch of work. Both positions started out with the same $35,000. The goal of this challenge is to pit the dividend versus the rental property to see which one pans out better long term. Recapping last month, we had over $435 in dividends and we'd collected the rent of $750. However, we'd actually started leveraging the property because it was ready to buy more rental properties using the BRRRR method. So we bought two more properties. We did not collect any rent in June for those properties. However, in July, we collected rent on one more property. So now we're up to two properties that we're collecting rent on. And because we're borrowing money over there, we're also using a little bit of margin on the dividend side. Just a word of caution with margin. When the stock market's running and everybody's using margin, it's great. But when the stock market starts to contract and things get tight, you could get margin called. So don't borrow everything you can borrow just because you can borrow it. Be smart, do your own due diligence. The stock market is definitely a little frothy out there. So let's dive in and see where we are now. Here we are. We're looking at our balance for the month. We're at $41,977.41. You'll notice there's quite a big tick up here, and that's really because we used margin and there was a little bit of growth. But a total gain, $620.30 for the month, which is awesome. Again, you see these circles with the arrows going both ways. Those are pending trades. We did pop into margin on some of these, so you'll see some of these kind of moved up a little bit, and some of the holdings like Stretch now $1,000. We did use some margin there. NFLY, you saw a minute ago, we used some margin to get that one up there too. We'll talk about that here in a second. But here are the holdings overall, and you can kind of see what it's done for the month for each one of these. As we get to the bottom, you see Hormel and QQQI. I'm still trying to build up those two. I think that those are going to be long-term plays, especially if we get a little bit of pullback. People are going to want, canned meat and things like that. Stretch, again, I'm not fully sold on this yet. At the time I recorded this video, the price was $89.46. I did get some margin out there to get this up to $1,000. I wanted to give it a fair shot. I do think that Stretch will probably come back up to that par value. That's what they're trying to sell. I was going to say grift they're trying to sell, but I don't want to fully encapsulate this as a grift yet. I do think that there's some potential. I just really am weary of where it's ultimately going to go. But again, I wanted to put $1,000 out there so that we could make sure that it was what it was and we could give it a fair assessment and probably do another video down the road. Looking at the spreadsheet, the month-to-month spreadsheet, just looking in July. Again, I look at this side by side. I really want to make sure that the prices are, the dividends coming in should be a little more than the last time because we're reinvesting those dividends, right? So we want to see more and more of that throughout the time. Now, things like HDV, right? Maybe last month it got two because it was maybe a 5-week or something like that. There could be something like that if we looked into that. I'm not worried about that specifically. Again, these are all pretty good numbers. You see, MSFO, NFLY. NFLY is up a lot. Again, we margined into that a little bit. NGG, that's a power play. They only pay a couple times a year though, so it's $20 seems like a lot, but you divide it out like everybody else, it's kind of in that same running. Palantir is up. PLTY, that's the high yield for that. I can't wait to see what it does in August because they had a big 30% run after they reported earnings. But things are looking good overall. Nothing out of line. Everything seems to be kind of right there. SPY is up a little bit, which is good. Stretch is up. First couple of ones we're starting to see on Stretch. Sorry, Stretch is actually 226. That was down, so we invested back into that. So we'll see that pop here as we go through winter. Big mess there. 657.30 for total dividends and a 3% or 3-cent lending credit. So 657.30 was the total. Here's the margin as we look through the margin. Again, I have the receipts here so you guys can see it. I have the total that we paid out as well. We paid $271.01 towards the payment. We started out at $1568.70. We borrowed a whole bunch of margin, right? You see, we borrowed $2,800 in margin just to kind of get us up to where we were going. So our new balance is $4106.17. Again, kind of walking around here. Here's all the receipts. You can see where we got 800 in Stretch, 150 in JEPI, 150 JEPQ, 200 QLD, $1,000 in NFLY, and 500 in SPY. So here's the grand totals. We break it out. This is where we started. Now I realize I probably should take what I pay from each one and cut that margin down. But I'm just going to lump these all together. I'm really not trying to reinvest those until I get this margin paid down. Again, it's kind of really risky to use margin when the market is so hot like it is right now. If it was just starting out hot, that's a good time to use margin. But as we kind of like get into this, it's a little rough because the market pulls back, you get caught, you get a margin call, you lose your money, and your stock's down. So it's just a bad time. As we run through this, we take a look at July. We see that we had a management fee that went up to 34.29. That's expected. That's a 3x. Unit 2 paid the rent, $600. They paid on time. Unit 1 was late, but when they paid the late fee and they paid $775. If we look across the way at the dividend and where we are with the margin and everything, July was expected to have a $7.36 margin. 1568.70 would have been the balance. We did pick up $2,800 worth of margin that came with 8 worth of interest, which brought our margin balance to 4384.54, so $4,384.54. Then we turned around and we got dividends. We got paid $657.30, which I think is the highest we've gotten since we started this challenge. We made a margin payment of $271.01, and that would have brought our margin balance down to $386.29, which is awesome. So we just kind of keep walking through this, and on the left hand side, you see House C had repairs 2841.93. The July balance was negative 1501, and the July running balance for the house 24,795.49, and the running balance on the dividends is 2981.05. Again, we had a margin of 4106.17 left at the end of the month for the dividend unit, and we have a balance of 24,795.49 for the house. But we also need to add back in there that loan, 93,500. We did not make a payment on that yet. The payment actually comes out the 1st of August, and basically the first couple of those are going to be interest payments. So I don't look for that to come down too quick. But overall, good. That's a good payout at the end here. And those were great numbers. And if we look back at the dividends, we had $657.30 worth of dividends paid out. Now we had margin, and we paid that 271.01 back. But eventually, that's going to be paid off. But even paying all that off, we still ended up with a net cash flow of $386.29 in the dividends. Do me a favor. Take your annual wage, divide it by 2080, because that's how many hours you work in a year if you work full time. Your annual wage divided by the 2080 is how much you make an hour. And now with that hour wage, take the 386.29 divided by that hourly wage. How many hours did you just buy yourself back? And I know we haven't done that every month, but we are going to exceed that every month. We may have a couple low months, but as we go and as we pay our margin back, we're going to get more and more and more every month. We are going to experience the snowball effect. And even if the markets pull back a little bit, I'm hopeful that dividends won't get cut. That's why we try to move from the high yield dividends to the dividend aristocrats. And just kind of recapping the property one more time, we have that second property now making $600 a month. 600 plus 750, that's our monthly income. And then we have late fees on top of that. Now, it's a little unfair that this month we had $2,800 worth of repairs, most of that being dumpster rentals and cleaning out the house. And we ended up with a negative cash flow of 1501.22. But that's why we borrowed more than just the payment of the house. That's why we're sitting with that $24,795.49 in reserves. Yes, we have a $93,500 loan against it. And starting in August, we're going to have nearly a $580 payment out of that. So we need to get moving on Unit 3 so that it can be profitable. And remember, Unit 3 is free and clear. So we'll get it ready. We'll fix it up. We'll rent it out. We'll see where the market is. And then we'll refinance. And hopefully we'll end up with one or two more. It's going to get really interesting. The stock market's been doing really well. And if it starts to contract a little bit, we'll see how that plays out. I'm hoping the market continues to run. But remember, the challenge is more about cash flow in this situation. M1 Finance does come with a high yield savings account. And I had a little bit of money over there, not much, but I turned around and I took that out. What I probably will start doing in the future is, as I think things get a little frothy, I may take the cash and just put it in that high yield savings account until we see what happens a little further down. But my goal at the moment is to pay off that margin that I just got. And I'm going to still continue to reinvest until I feel maybe it's not the time anymore. Let me know how you think this challenge is going. What would you like to see from this channel? Comment down below. I really need that engagement. Like and subscribe. Share this video. Stick around. We're going to do great things.